Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share how I make these soap cupcakes with sprinkles. First of all, I'm going to start making the gumballs to put on top of the cupcakes. I have these brambleberry mini ball molds, but you can get the same ones on Amazon, and I will leave a link down below for you to check out. To color the melt and pour, I'm going to use a pigment called electric bubblegum. This one comes from brambleberry. And whenever I use pigments in melt and pour, I first pre-mix it with rubbing alcohol to make it easier to disperse within the soap. Then I simply pour the soap into the cavities and let it sit to completely harden. Avoid putting your melt and pour soap into the fridge as this promotes sweating. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the piping bag. I keep my piping tips in this clear toolbox for practical reasons. Today I would like to use this French star tip. Also, I have my 50 centimeters piping bag that I found in a specialized bakery shop here in Switzerland. I just pop in the tip and then turn it towards my hand like this and place it in a pitcher so I have it ready and the batter won't leak out of the bag. The lye solution and the oils are at about the same temperature, so I'm going to add the lye solution slowly to the oils and then use a stick blender to achieve emulsion. Now I split batter in two parts because one is for the bottom part of the cupcake, so to speak, and the other one for the piping. Pitchers with measurements markings make it easier to estimate how much you are pouring in. Now I add the mica. This one here is called peacock mica from a German company. It looks a little green at the beginning, but after saponification it will turn into a nice baby blue if you add some titanium dioxide. Mine here is water soluble and I keep it in a little bottle so I can easily add it to the soap. As a quick side note, micas can be added directly to the soap batter without premixing. I like to add the color in general step by step because you cannot take it back if it turns out too vibrant. Now it's time to add the fragrance. This one is called Toasted Almond and Plum Crumble from Scent Perfect. This is a company in the UK and I absolutely love it. I typically just hand mix my fragrance with the spatula to prevent thick trace, which is something that I absolutely hate when I want to have a relatively straight pour. Here are my silicone molds that I prepared on a tray. These ones here come from IKEA. I'm sure you can get similar ones pretty much everywhere. And the tray underneath is practical, so you can first of all move your project around if you need the space, and also for tapping down and leveling out the soap as well, so to speak. Here is the second part that we set aside at the beginning for the piping, and of course it's the same recipe that I'm using and I just leave it until it reaches piping consistency. If needed, you can stick blend a little more and occasionally stir until it's dense enough to pipe. Using titanium dioxide on this part here also helps thicken up the batter. I'm not using any fragrance for this part here, but you totally can if you know that it will not discolor your soap batter. If you're interested, I have another video here on my channel where I go in depth about aspects of soap piping, including demonstrations of piping tips, how to prepare the bag and so forth. I will leave the link down below for you as well. Meanwhile, we can unmold the embeds that are completely hard. This is how they turn out. I fill the bag and then we are ready to start. There are of course different techniques you can use for piping. This one is a relatively easy one, as you can just give it one big squeeze and then a smaller one on top. Simple as that. Now I want to add a little dust of glitter with this eco-friendly white glitter from Nurture Soap. Here are some nice sprinkles that I will attempt to add on top. If you pipe with a relatively runny batter, the sprinkles will hold better, as opposed if the batter is a little bit more on the hard side. And of course, you will always have some fall off, and it's a good idea to just add more than what is actually needed. And now we add the embeds on top to give it a nice finish. And voila! All we need to do now is to give it 24 hours before unmolding. Here we are the next day. If the soap releases easily from the silicone liner, you can peel it out. Otherwise, just give it 1 or 2 days longer, especially if you didn't use any sodium lactate. If you're interested in other soap making related projects, you can check out the playlist on the screen, where you can find many more. Feel free to subscribe and see you next time. Bye!